tripping, we do this every day. They must not know how we do it where we stay.
Welcome to episode 4 of Watch Talks on the Dark Alley Network. We're right here in Lindsay, California at the Dark Alley Movement, which is my friend Lionel Varela's shop. You guys ought to check it out. A lot of cool merchandise. And Luis Joan at Medellin is filming us. And Lionel's off camera. If you guys hear some off camera voices, that's who you're hearing. But anyway, I'm excited tonight. My guest is Daisy Cruz.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself. Like, what are you up to these days?
So my name's Daisy. I am kind of old, but I was born and raised in Lindsay.
You're young.
Yeah, but you get to a certain age where your knees start popping. So,
Okay.
I am a campus supervisor at Lindsay High School, and honestly, I don't plan on leaving this community.
Good. We need you around.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Or go ahead.
I'm also a mother of 3 boys, 18-year-old, 16-year-old, and a 4-year-old.
Got a little gap in there.
Yeah, I know.
You got to wait for that third one to get to high school, huh?
Do something.
Yeah. And what are their names?
My oldest one's Andrew, my middle one's Nathaniel, and my youngest one is Maximiliano.
Cool.
A.K.A. Mad Max.
He's kind of a character.
Oh, for sure. You'd love him.
So will he go to school next year?
No, so he's in TK right now at Roosevelt.
Okay, cool. Oh, cool. That's where my goddaughters and all of her sisters went.
Go.
And I liked that school.
I love that school.
Yeah.
I love it. My older 2 boys also went to Roosevelt K through 8th. So they promoted from Roosevelt to high school.
That's good. Yeah. Now, what did you do? Like when you were a kid, where did you go to school and grow up and everything?
So when I was in school, we did the whole Washington, then you transitioned to Lincoln, then you transitioned to Jefferson, then we actually had the Garvey, Steve Garvey,
right.
Which I feel like we should bring it back because these kids need to learn how to do PE and be prepared on how to move from period to period, if that makes sense. Like, they don't know that. Like, a lot of our students come to the high school and they're so confused of, oh, is it recess time? Like, buddy, we don't have recess at the high school. We have breaks, break and lunch, But I feel like they come kind of like immature because they don't get to experience kind of like that little gap where you grow up, if that makes sense.
Hey, but when you said the Washington and Lincoln, blah, blah, but was it like grade 1 through 3 at one school?
So
That's how it was?
if I remember, Washington was your first one. So you went there from kindergarten to like 2nd grade. And then you went to Jefferson from 3rd to like 5th. And then Lincoln 5th to 6th. And then you went to junior high 7th and 8th. So we didn't have the communities K through 8th back then.
And like, was that when Garvey came around and gave out stuff? Like the Dodger did?
He swore he was cool, but whatever,
I always heard stories that he brought a bunch of bats or something. And
I don't ever remember him coming, but...
You didn't.
Oh, yeah?
You did? Yeah, because he must have done it at least for the first few years or something.
I think I was more worried about going to the S-Mart for lunch.
That's the one right there on the corner? Yeah. Because I worked at JJ's.
Yeah.
So that's where we went.
So
those
like,
guys at Honored are cool.
Yeah, and think about it. In 7th and 8th grade, they were letting you go across the street to the store. Yeah. So half of us would ditch and wouldn't come back, Like, now in high school, you have to apply for a whole lunch pass and hope you get approved if you're passing all your classes. If not, you eat lunch at school.
Wow, man.
It's crazy, huh? Times have changed, I'll tell you that much.
What year were you in Garvey in? Sorry.
So I was in Garvey probably 2002, 2003, because in 2004, I went to the high school. I'm class of 2008. To all my 2008 peoples, what's up?
Cool.
Did they ever sell pretzels at the Garvey still when you were there?
Yeah, they did. With the cheese.
That was
See, and now, even now at the high school, remember at the high school, they used to sell the Straw Hat Pizza, the Subway. We had fountain drinks. Not no more. They don't sell none of that. Everything's like zero Gatorades, and healthy cookies. Remember the big old cookies?
Yeah.
For $1?
Yeah. Because, see, I was at the high school from, say, 98 to, I don't know, about 17, what would that be? 2015 maybe is when I went to JJ's. 2013. I don't remember what year.
Oh yeah, I was long gone. I was graduated already. So yeah, because you were one of my teachers.
Yeah.
You were my science teacher.
Because me and Helwig taught earth science.
Yeah.
And then I went to JJ's for, I don't know, almost like 7 or 8 years or something. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy too to see some of our LFs working at the high school that I was taught by.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's still some there.
Yeah, like Kindig just retired, but he's still going to coach baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have friends there like Dearly and different people, but yeah, now I'll talk to my goddaughter's little sister who's, a junior, I guess. I'll say, who's your teacher for this or that? And I don't know most of the names.
Yeah.
Like, whoops, they're gone now.
They're almost all gone, but we still have some there.
So you described to me that your job is Mrs. Moore.
Yeah, I'm the new Miss Moore. And, I deal with all the behavioral. So if someone gets in trouble, I go and pick them up. Cell phones, like we were talking, cell phones are a big issue now. So I got to pick up cell phones. And this year they changed it a little bit to where if you get your cell phone taken away now, you don't get a warning or anything. Your parent automatically has to come pick it up.
Oh, wow.
Because,
it's just so much of a problem.
Kids just want to be on social media all day. And
yeah.
it's working so far, though.
That's cool.
It's
I
working.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
So when Mrs. Moore was there would always be kids like, oh, she's mean or I don't like her. But I always thought that because she helped me in the opportunity room for a long time early on. And, but I think kids all knew she loved them and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You're probably good
if
at
we
it.
don't get you in trouble, we don't love you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're not ignoring them.
Yeah, no. We have to, if I'm paying attention to what you're doing and I'm telling you, hey, dude, hey, you got to change your shirt, or hey, you got to go to the opportunity room, it's for your own good. But this is where kids learn life skills. It's either you start off as a freshman and you're a senior and you mature, or you're a freshman and you're a senior and you didn't mature at all. So it's either you learn or you don't. You got to pick your own battles,
Yeah. But our kids all mature at different rates, kind of, or something. Yeah.
You know what? No, because like I said, my oldest one, Andrew, he's never cared for school. Even though you can have a parent that says no, you got to go to school, you got to do good, you got to try to get good grades, whatever. He was like, I don't like school, I don't want to be in school. Got in trouble in school, got in a fight in school while I was an employee. And you know what? It was very disappointing because you're just like, hey, dude, I'm your mom. I work here. Have some respect, But you can have 3 kids and raise them all the same, and that doesn't mean they're all going to be the same. I have my middle one, Nathaniel, that is an almost 4.0 student and is taking college classes since his junior year.
Well.
And he's just doing amazing. He participates in every event that they have and is, I guess you can say, involved as much as he can be, and he's just tearing it up,
That's great. What kind of kid were you? What were you like in high school?
Honestly, I'm not going to say I was a bad kid because I don't feel like I was. I always went to school.
Yeah.
My parents are obviously Mexican, and we were raised in a culture where they never said oh, Daisy, go to school, finish high school, go to college, get a degree, and be successful in life. No, my parents were more no, you need to be at school because we don't want notifications, or we don't want, this and this and that. But I ended up getting pregnant my sophomore year and had my first son, Andrew, at 16 years old. So I guess I had a different experience compared to other students because, I was a mom in high school and had to be on independent studies and didn't get to experience all that. The senior sunrise and senior sunset or yearbook and this and be with my friends. I was at home being a mom and working at Mr. G's Pizza. That's what I was doing, when I was in high school.
Yeah, to quit being a kid.
Yeah, so I was a kid with a kid, And then my senior year, I got pregnant again with Nathaniel, but I had already graduated when I was pregnant. So, I think one of my biggest motivations to, I guess, raise my kids a different way and break that culture was that my mom told me, like, oh, you're a mom, you're not going to do nothing with your life, you know, like very negative. And I'm just like, no, I'm going to do something, you know. So I graduated. Back then it was more common to do like trade school, so I became a medical assistant. And you know, it worked out for a little bit, but not for a long time. So obviously when my kids got older, I tried to explain to them how important school was and how important it is to have a degree nowadays if you want to be successful. Because if you don't, then
Yeah.
you can't have like a bare minimum job nowadays, you know? Like, you have to make some type of good money, you know? People might say, like, oh, money doesn't matter, or money doesn't make you happy. Yes, it does. It does. Like, I tell my kids
Well,
all
it
the
helps.
it helps a lot, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, to me, it's wild because you can have a manager at McDonald's right now getting paid $22 an hour, and that's still not enough.
Yeah, and the ones that aren't the managers are making like 20.
Exactly.
Probably why the managers don't make more.
So I honestly think that me growing up or being in high school and being a parent told me, like, all right, nah, like, we're not going to do this. Like, we're not going to keep the cycle going. Like, I told my kids, you guys got to play sports. You guys got to be involved. Like, whatever you have to do to be happier and be successful, like, I'm right behind you, you know? I was 9 years old when my parents started taking me to the fields and picking oranges, you know? Like, my kids didn't have to do none of that, you know? Like, some people might say, like, oh, you're spoiled. No, they're blessed, you know? Because if we can give our kids a different life, why not?
Yeah, so like you in high school, you didn't really get to do sports or anything.
Nothing.
Yeah. Did you have any ones that you liked or would have been good at or you wanted to do if you could have? Or?
Sometimes people ask you, like, if you could go back and do things over, what would you do? Oh, I think I would love to play, like, softball, basketball, you know, maybe even some tennis. I don't know, but I was very, like, athletic. Like, I felt like in PE, I was like, oh, yeah, I love to do this or I love to do that. I dressed out every day, you know? I was involved. But, yeah, my kids so far have, you know, my oldest one, I was a little pushy. Like, well, you should play this. You should play that. Then they get to a certain age where they're like, he's like, I don't want to play no more. You know, but he was such a good baseball player. Like, really good. And I'm like, dude, just keep playing. He's a really good guitar player, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was he in Miss Will's classes? Oh,
yep,
those are
he
great.
sure was.
She's great. Yeah.
It's in the genes probably, though, you know? Like, his dad was a really good guitar player, so who knows? But, like, Nathaniel, he's done dance, cheer. Right now, he's a cheerleader. And those are the only sports that he's done, but I'm totally fine with that. Whatever you want to do. It keeps him busy.
Yeah.
So...
Now your youngest, Max.
Max is, Max.
Is he more like, is he going to be an athlete or something? Is he kind of,
you know what? He's just different. You know, like, you know, I have people tell me all the time, like, oh, you spoil him and he does whatever he wants. Having that big age gap makes a difference because when I was a 20-year-old with 2 kids, like, I was figuring things out myself with kids, you know? So I was growing up, I was a kid with kids. And I didn't know how to be a parent. Like, I'm not going to lie. I didn't know what I was doing. I was learning day by day. Like, how do I, you know, raise these little suckers? But with Max, it's more chill. Like, I am more like, go for it. You know, like, oh, you're fine. Or, jump. Okay, you fall. Hey, you know what? Like, get up and either sit down or go fall again, you know? But, Max has also taught me a lot of patience. I've learned a lot of patience with him. Like, it's crazy, but he's definitely a character, and I feel like he's going to be very athletic, but I guess we got to wait and see.
Yeah.
Well, this year...
that makes you kind of guess that.
Yeah.
If he's real. Yeah.
But, you know, this year I wanted to put him in T-ball, but obviously our olive bowl's not done, so I'm going to wait and see what's up.
Yeah.
And he's not 5 yet, so he can't play football, so we'll see what's up. He might be the kid's like, nah, I want to watch YouTube all day. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you say kids now, it's changed so fast the last few years because of everybody being on cell phones and on social media and just the whole, I mean, it's even that way for me, and I'm like old, but yeah, like how much different will it even be in another 5 or 10 years? What are they going to be doing then? You know?
Yeah, and you know, these COVID babies, like, they were like just kind of like hibernated and can't do this, you can't do that. Here's an iPad. Have fun, you know? So it is different.
Yeah, like the year COVID hit is actually when I retired, just sort of by accident. You know, it just happened right then. And my goddaughter was in 8th grade at Roosevelt. And I'd like checking on her, calling over to the house or something. Her dad would go, oh yeah, she's supposed to be on a Zoom class right now on her laptop, you know, on her little iPad or whatever it is. And then he'd go, yeah, but she's just sleeping on the couch or something. You know, it's kind of like, oh my gosh. You know, it's like,
yeah, no.
But then she rallied in high school and did a really great job for 4 years and got a good, you know, grades and going to COS now. But it's like, what was that going to be like? You know?
A lot of those kids also struggled, you know, going back to high school or like any environment, learning environment, because they were so used to just being home, like being home. I'm going to try to teach you through a screen, Zoom. And no, a lot of kids fell behind because, like you said, they were sleeping on the couch, or you had parents still going to the fields and working or having a regular job, and they couldn't be like, okay, hey, you know, wake up, we're going to put you on Zoom and then go to work. No, like parents still had to work. Yeah. People still had bills to pay.
Yeah, so, and they probably didn't know anything about kind of how that works anyway.
At all.
I mean, yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, that was a rough year for a lot of people. Even teachers. Yeah. Like I had gotten out, but I had teacher friends and they're like, oh, we got to do these Zoom things, but we also have kids that are coming in the class and we got to deal with, you know, it's like double as much work or so, you know, just to figure out how to deal with.
And then you had a lot of parents that were scared, like, of this virus, you know? Yeah. And when we started introducing kids to come back on campus, they were like, oh no, like my kid can't go back on campus. They're going to get the virus. Yeah. And we're like, if you leave anywhere, you're going to get the virus. So it doesn't matter if it's school, the grocery store, or a birthday party. Like, if you're going to get it, you're going to get it.
That was a crazy time. Man.
Oh, 100%.
I had a friend at JJ's that worked with me, and I was gone by then, but I knew the guy real well, and he lost his father, his uncle, and his brother all in like 6 weeks. Like, they died. I mean, they didn't make it.
We actually had a student that passed away of COVID, and honestly, when graduation came for those learners, it was one of the saddest things because they set up like the ceremony, and on his chair they had his cap and gown. And you literally thought to yourself, like, man, this is the world we're living in right now. Like he should be graduating, you know, with the rest of his peers, and it was really emotional. Yeah,
man, rough. So you made it through that. Gosh, COVID, how long did that, was it a whole school year, or was it all over with by the spring or something? I don't remember.
I remember it was like March, we shut down. And maybe, I don't even remember. Yeah, this was 5 years ago, Watts. It's a long time ago.
Hey, I wasn't even there. I felt like I got lucky, actually, because all I did is retire, and it just coincidentally had to do with COVID. And I was like, as soon as I saw myself out, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I'm not there.
I just remember them like slowly inviting learners back on campus and saying like, hey, if you would like to come on campus, blah, 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 you still have to wear a mask, you know? And I remember saying like, Andrew, you're going to school. Like, you want to be covered up in a blanket on Zoom and you need to be in school. You got to, and I made him go. Nathaniel stayed home, but Andrew, I made him go on campus. I was like, wear your mask, be safe, follow protocol, and you'll be good, you know? And I don't think he ever got COVID, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I mean, people got, did you?
I did.
I never did.
I got it bad.
Oh, geez.
I got it really bad. I thought I was going to die, honestly. True story. Like, it was horrible for like 13 days. I laid in bed.
Oh, wow.
With pretty much every symptom. And I was panicking because I was pregnant of Max.
Oh, man.
So I didn't know what to do, but I was like, all right, I think I need to call the doctor now and see what's going on, you know? And like 2 days later, boom, like nothing. I was fine. I was like, well, I guess it wasn't my time or turn to go.
But so you said 13 days just laying there? I mean, how much, and then you probably missed work for a month or 3 weeks?
We were off. I got it in July, so we were off of work.
Well, that's good.
They said I have to call in, right?
Yeah, boy, crazy. Did you know other teachers and other workers that said they got it and stuff?
Yeah, like it was obviously going around, you know. Supposedly, I don't know how true this is, but they said the first round of COVID was the worst one out of all of them Because I've gotten COVID like 3 more times after that, and
wow.
I didn't feel nothing, you know?
Did you ever get the shots?
No.
So, I mean, because people are very different about that. There's some people who are like, oh, my doctor told me to get the vaccine, so I do it.
You know
And
what's
other
crazy?
people won't do it at all.
So, in my opinion, like Mexicans are like, oh no, I'm not getting no shots. If I don't need no shots, I'm not gonna get them. My mom, they literally told her like, oh, we'll give you $50. She's like, give me the vaccine. I was like, bro,
Give it-
ain't no way you're getting. Yeah, and so I would like tease her. I'd be like, "You're gonna be a zombie. Like you're gonna be foaming from the mouth. You shouldn't be getting me." She's like, "But I got $50, and I'm gonna go get the second one, and they're gonna give me another $50." I was like, "You're crazy." I never got the vaccines, and my kids either. So
I did. I'm diabetic, and my doctor would go, "Yeah, I want you to go ahead and get." I mean, I just did it because that's the advice I got from somebody.
yeah,
But then I even have family members that are very anti-vaccine,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, I mean, because there is a lot of that going around, and they have their point, what they believe, you know. The thing that's weird about that to me is if you can make a vaccine to kill something, well, the common cold's a virus. How come why have everybody been getting a cold for the last thousands of years, you know? We don't have a vaccine for the common cold, which is a virus.
right.
Yeah,
I think I'm just a firm believer in your body will fight what it has to fight on its own, naturally. But if I need to get some antibiotics, I'm going to get some antibiotics, you know? But other than that, I try to just wing it out and let my body do its thing. But like you said, it's everyone's personal preference on what they want to do with their body, and I just chose not to.
So being a young mom, and so now you have an 18 and a 16, but then there's that huge gap down to 4. How did that?
Man, I don't know.
Do you want to talk about that or no?
I don't know what I'm going to do with that 4-year-old, but I guess I can honestly say that I felt pretty successful, you know, with my oldest one that didn't want to go to school, Andrew, and he started his 2nd year at COS in Tulare for the electrician program. So I'm really proud of him because it was just like, I don't want to go to college. I don't want to go to school. Why do I got to go to school? And I'm like, all right, dude, like you don't go to school, then it's going to be rough out there, you know? Yeah. And Nathaniel, as a senior right now, he already got pre-accepted to Fresno State.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm just super proud of him because he's doing all the things I wish I would have done in high school. And I feel like at the end of the day, what can we do to help our kids be successful and help our community and grow our community? Like, what do we do? What do we got to do different, or what are we doing right, you know? And with him, I'm just like, even though you're tough sometimes with your kids, you have to be like, you got to get things done, you know? Like, if you want to be successful in life, you got to prioritize certain things. And I never got those conversations from my parents, you know? Like, my parents never told me, like, Daisy, go to college. Daisy, right. You know, now I'm 30-something, and I am 2 classes away from finishing at PC with my AA in sociology. And, you know, it's you know, a lot of people will say, like, oh, yeah, I'm doing this for my kids. Not me. I feel like I'm doing this for myself, to still tell myself that I can do it and that I can still be successful, and obviously set an example for my kids and show them that it's never too late for anybody. It's never too late to go back to school, you know? And I do want to point out, and I do want to give a shout out to Katrine Gonzalez, because she's actually the one that pushed me to start college. And I was like, nah, it's not for me. Like, I don't want to go to college. Like, I'm in my 30s. Why would I want to go? She's like, just do it. Think about it.
So it just happened in the last couple of years when you said, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, she's like,
really good. Yeah.
Oh, she's awesome. She's an amazing mentor, and she's amazing with the kids at the high school. And she literally said, pick up 2 classes. If you don't like it, don't go back. And I'm literally 2 classes away from finishing.
I'm glad she got that in your head.
Yeah. It's tough. Last semester, I took 5 classes. I'm a full-time employee. And since Nathaniel does swim, I decided to help out with the swim and be the assistant coach. And let me tell you, it was nuts. Like, I literally would think, like, how am I fitting all this into my schedule? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because we do this for our kids, you know? This is something I wish my parents would have done for me.
Yeah.
You know?
But how, when you do talk like the generation thing, I mean, are your parents are like good people and they're just who they are?
My parents are good people. Like, I'm
it's
not going to say they're not.
Yeah, it's just the way, isn't that their generation?
My mom was never like verbally abusive, physically abusive, like none of that, you know? She was just more like, I guess not educated on certain things. Like she went to school until like second grade, and then that was it. You know, they live in little ranchos in Mexico.
There's not like an expectation.
Yeah, it's not something that you have to do in Mexico. You know, so she never really had that experience where she went to school. So I feel like since she didn't do it, it wasn't something that was important to her, I guess you can say. So it was never something that was like shared at home, or like, if we got, like when I got good grades, I was like, oh, look at, I got an A. She didn't know what that meant. Yeah. She didn't know what an A or B was in school. She didn't
expect you to do something.
Yeah, no. So she never said go to college, get a degree. Now that she sees that I'm going to college and she helps me with Max when I have a night class, she does tell me like, que bueno, or like, that's really good. I'm so proud of you, keep going, but it's kind of like, well, where was this motivation when I was young, I didn't have it.
Yeah. Because they didn't expect something like that to happen because they didn't have experience with it.
And both of my parents didn't graduate from school or even probably finish 5th grade, I think.
Do you think like in your parents' generation, is there an element of like, and there might be a fair amount of it now even, where like the school's a place where your kid gets a couple meals and somebody's watching them for 7-8 hours a day.
Free daycare.
Like how much, there's a kind of fair amount of that going on.
Free daycare, free food,
Yeah.
It's 100%. That's what it is. And it was just like, to them, it was like, I got to go to work. You got to go to school. That was it. That was our job. That was their job. And I mean, I lived in a home where we lived in a 2-bedroom, and my uncle lived in one room, my parents in the other, and me and my siblings slept in the living room, no AC, no swamp cooler. It was wild. Like once we got to like middle school, high school, I remember moving into like a little bit of a bigger home, and me and my sister shared rooms, and I think we had a fan, and that was it. So my kids they're living the dream. AC at 74 degrees? Shoot.
Dang.
I can't afford that much.
Hey, but you earlier talked about like just sort of the generational changes, or like what things to do to make our community better, that kind of idea. Like what goes through your head when you say all that kind of stuff?
I think, in my opinion, obviously I would love my kids to live in Lindsay for the rest of their lives, because I love Lindsay. Like, Lindsay's my home, Would I ever consider moving? Maybe, but like, I love our little town. I feel like it's gotten better in so many ways. Like, in my opinion, you don't see like certain things like I did in high school, like gang banging and all that, it's not the same anymore. I feel like these kids don't know what gangs are.
Not as bad or something? No.
Yeah.
They're too busy on their phone.
Yeah, it's just
like,
go
beat up somebody.
Yeah, they go to the farmer's market and fight. Like, okay, well, not us in high school, like it was different. Yeah. But yeah, like I just want my kids to be successful and obviously have amazing jobs, even if they teach here. Like my middle one said he wants to be in education. Yeah, well. So maybe one day he'll be a Lindsay Unified LF. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess just grow our community and expand our knowledge, and hopefully everybody can be successful here. Like, you want Lindsay to be known for good things, like
sure.
You want Lindsay to be like, oh, that's the little town where blah, 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 blah. Like, that's always like, heck yeah, that's us, So I think it's gotten better.
And just for our listeners, an LF, Lindsay calls their teachers learning facilitators. So
yeah,
Daisy and I know what that is, but an LF is a teacher, but
we don't call our students anymore. We call them learners. They're learners.
And learning facilitators.
And you know what? A lot of people don't know that from other districts. They're like, what's a learner? I'm like, a student?
Yeah.
What's an LF? A teacher? Like,
yeah.
Are we getting bougie, Lindsay?
We're special. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, things.
Yeah.
So many things have changed, but we'll see. We'll see what's up.
Yeah.
I just feel like every parent should always support their kids in anything, no matter what, even if it's something that they don't want their kid to be, or
Yeah.
just be right behind them. That's all you could do.
I know we were talking, you and I were talking a couple weeks ago, with Andrew, but I know it made me think, in a way I have something in common with you in the sense that when one of my students was the age you were when you had your child, that they said they were going to have a kid, and they asked me if I wanted to be the godfather. So that's my goddaughter, Emily.
Mm-hmm.
And she just graduated in June and had her 3.8 and got scholarships and got a bunch of awards. So
Great dancer.
Yeah, and she's like my kid because I don't have kids. So it's like, and that was more emotional for me when she did actually graduate. I was kind of like, oh, wow, my kid, she's almost like a grandkid.
Yeah.
Because you could say her parents are like my kids. And now she's doing good and going to COS and everything. And I know you know her, but it just made me think, yeah, in a way, I'm not the parent of her, but her situation was like yours.
Yeah, her mom,
Yeah.
same thing, teen parent like me.
Yeah.
I unfortunately was a single parent for many, many years because, my kid's dad, he ended up in prison doing life, but it was a game changer. Like, it sucked.
Is he the dad of the two older ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And you guys weren't ever married?
Yeah, we were
Oh,
married.
You were married.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, the whole 35 to life hit hard because it was kind of like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
How do I figure this out on my own? You always want to think in the perfect life, like I want to be married and raise my kids with my spouse and grow and have an amazing future. But sometimes it doesn't work out that way. So I think that's also one of the biggest reasons why I push my kids so hard and why I always try to set examples like, hey, having one income is no joke. Kind of like I always tell my kids, like, every man for themselves. Like, remember that everything you're doing for you, not for anybody else. For a long time when I was young, I was trying to be like a people pleaser, please other people and never put myself first. And then I got to an age where I'm like, no,
Oh, good. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you when you go through so many things in life, it makes you realize, it makes you tough. I'm tough. Earlier at work, they were saying something, I am. I'm just like, now you can literally probably tell me off and tell me I'm this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
I was going to ask you earlier if you're like a tough, you had talked about doing what Mrs. Moore does.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was going to, I bet you're a tough mom.
I am. I'm not going to lie. I am a very tough mom. And sometimes I'm very straight to the point and straight up. And my kids probably hate that. But it's just I don't care. This is the real world. Just remember that when you go to a job, you're never going to like everybody. You're not. You're never going to get along with everybody either. Yeah. So it's either you have someone tell you straight up or get lied to in your face and you're like a dummy. And then you're like, oh, wake up call. Nah, I'm pretty straight up with my kids.
Yeah.
Pretty blunt.
But then your 4-year-old's dad is...
He's not in the picture either, I mean, he tries when he wants, but it's just nah. I think, in my opinion, having having a person that just wants to be there when they feel like it, it's not worth it, So I'm just no, I'll raise this one on my own too. My kid
you don't get financial help from him
at all.
Yeah.
For any of my 3 kids, I've never gotten any financial help from anybody, But I will give a shout out to Andrew and Lorena because when my 2 oldest boys were growing up, they were amazing with everything, Christmas, any holiday, they were always there. Always there.
They're good people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you said they'd helped you a lot.
Yeah, they had the kids all the time. They were, till this day, very present. So, I'll give them that because they don't have to be. It's not their kids, you know? And the fact that they were present because they wanted to be and, you know, are there for my kids till this day it's a blessing.
Yeah, I value their friendship. They're both first class. I mean, I've known them for a while now. They're special.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. I also have my sisters, though. I have 3 sisters, and they always help me out. We always help each other out, you know, like if I ever want to do this or that or go out of town, like they back me up and whatever.
I mean, since it's only been the last couple of years that you've been taking like heavy college load.
Yeah.
So all the people you're mentioning have all kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Because your 4-year-old's the one they gotta, not the older guys.
Nah,
yeah, I mean,
they're good.
Yeah.
I could leave them at home. Yeah. I don't know. Nathaniel trips me out sometimes because the other day he texts me, "Is this the right chicken?" I'm like, "What's the wrong chicken?" I'm like, "Have I failed as a mom? Like, what kind of question is that?" I'm like, "Bro, I can't believe I leave you by yourself sometimes." Like, life skills.
What was the actual chicken or was it?
So he sends me a picture of a chicken thigh because I had made fried chicken like a couple days before that. Sends me a picture of a chicken thigh. Says, "Is this the right chicken?" And I almost put, "No, it's the wrong one, bro." Just so he could go back into the freezer and be stressed out for like a good hour.
Oh, boy.
But it's just like, are you serious? Then he's like, "Why is the skin like that? Take it off." Like, are you serious right now?
Mm-hmm. Now, did you say he's a junior?
He's senior.
So, but he's 16, so he's going to turn 17.
He'll be 17 in November.
He's like me in high school. Yeah, like when I didn't turn 17 until my senior year in November, same month. Yeah, so I was kind of younger than a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
By a few. Like when I went to college, I was.
So he'll graduate as a 17-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, that's what I'm telling you. These life skills matter so much with these kids because you got to teach them like how to be independent when they go off to college or when they go buy their own house. Like, you want them to know all these things. Like, God forbid, they're like 25 and asking me, "Are these ribs?" Because I'm going to be like, "Bro, come on now."
So, but his grade point average must be, is it 4.0? Mm-hmm. So, in a way, he has those kind of life skills. Like he can communicate with teachers. Like my goddaughter's like that. I was real impressed with her today. Even we had to go to the DMV, and she has all her paperwork all in order. And I'm telling her, "Oh, well, let me look under your hood. I want to see how the oil is, you know." I want to make sure she knows how to do certain things, you know. But she's really responsible, actually.
Yeah.
She's the oldest of 4, though. She almost has to kind of
be like a parent.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, no, I get it.
Yeah.
See, like Andrew's he's the one that I'm like stressed out about all the time because he literally sent me a TikTok earlier that said like, "I will literally call my mom for the dumbest questions. I don't care if I'm 30. And I'm like, "Bro, like the fact that that's on your For You page, that's sad. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You gotta double check sometimes.
I'm just like, no, like last time he called me for something. "Oh, do you think this is good?" I don't know if it was like milk or something. I'm like, "Bro, smell it. Like, have common sense, you know? Like, do you want me to like leave work and go smell the milk for you?" He'd probably say, "Yeah." Like, "Yeah, can you come over here and
smell
smell
like 5 minutes? Swing by.
He's like, "But it's chunky. Throw it away."
Well, I don't know. Just taste it, man. It might be good and chunky.
It's like cottage cheese in there. You're good.
No, I check in with my mom. So like, "Hey, are you sure this is the right one?"
Maybe it's a boy thing, you know?
I think it is. I'm well in my 30s, and I was like, "Hey, like, which one do I get?" Like, which tortillas, the white ones or the yellow ones?
Oh my! See what I mean?
My mom was the rock of our family. And my mom's doing really good right now. I was with her this last weekend.
Oh, nice.
Like yesterday, even. But she's 91.
Oh wow!
And she was an Ohio farm girl. And my dad was like a real fun guy. My dad's been gone for 10 years, but my dad was kind of when my dad passed away, this is what I said at his service. I spoke a little bit, right? And I said, if my dad was the puppy dog you got for Christmas, my mom was the rock that we were all anchored up against. You know, she was more the tougher, kind of serious, you know, a little stricter, you know, like, well, if you're not going to go to school today, you can stay in your room and stay in bed, you know, like you're not going to go out here and watch TV or something, you know, that kind of thing. But I mean, I guess in a way, I still might check with her about something. I don't know. But.
I think that's how it was too. My dad worked all the time. Well, my mom did too, but she was always the one that did like all the extra stuff, like go shopping.
Yeah.
clothes, food, didn't matter what kind of shopping it was, she would do it. That's just like, I don't know, like, which one do I get? The yellow or white tortillas? Yeah, the moms are like really.
Yeah, my mom was always in the back, behind everything, you know, like all the stuff that had to be getting done. She was like in the background. My dad was more like the front man. Everybody loved him. And they loved her too, but I'm just saying my dad was.
He was the cool guy.
Yeah, kind of more, yeah. I mean, you worry about kids now with the phones and all that they wouldn't know how to like check the oil in your car, make sure there's air in the tires, or
They'd probably search it up on TikTok.
yeah, somewhere.
It's crazy.
There's a guy on TikTok that does it.
You can watch a YouTube video how to fix anything nowadays.
Yeah,
I mean,
literally.
which does help. Like I've done you know, jobs on my lawn tractor or whatever, you know, where you're like, man, I don't know how to fix the front wheel bearings or whatever. And all you do is watch a video of it, you know, you're like, they're telling you everything you got to know.
It's crazy how you guys say, like, you know, how important moms are, you know, to all of us, whether you're female or male, because there was times where, you know, as a mom, I would get so frustrated and I would tell my boys, like, the day that I'm gone, you guys better not be crying on my casket. And they're like, like, I'm like, well, I'm not dead yet. Why are you crying? You know? Yeah, and it's just like, you guys, everybody in life has to appreciate your mom, your dad too, but you know, there's nothing like a mom, for sure.
Yeah, Elizabeth, my goddaughter's mom that you know, and shout out to her. She's done a great job and made a career for herself and everything. But she put this thing on Instagram the other day, and I couldn't for word say it, but it was kind of like this little thing where like a 12-year-old kid is saying, I ain't gonna do that, and a 16-year-old, I want to get out of the house, and the 18-year-old doesn't care, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then when you get to 30, it was like, geez, I haven't seen mom that much lately. I'd like to see her. And then it goes all the way to when the guy's like an 80-year-old, and he's saying, man, I'd give anything to be able to hear her voice again, you know.
Yeah, it's true. So
it was a good little, whatever you call it, video, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was pretty true, I think.
It's very accurate.
Yeah. So now, do you have any stuff down the road that you think you'll be doing? Or, I mean, do you think for now you'll probably keep doing
So I want to transfer, probably, honestly, anything online, because it just makes my life a little easier than going on campus, you know? At first I was like, I think I'm going to do Fresno State, 4 years at Fresno State, but being a mom it's a lot of work already, so I would have to commute to Fresno probably twice a week, and I'm like, yeah, it's just.
So you would get a bachelor's degree?
I actually want to shoot for my master's.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah. So my goal in life, we can still all set goals. It doesn't matter how old we are, but sure. I want to be a counselor one day.
Oh, good.
Hopefully in our district. If not, then it is what it is, you know. But I love all our Lindsay learners. I feel like sometimes when I'm an employee, I'm also a mom too, you know, because everything doesn't have to be behavioral. I feel like at the end of the day, some of these kids don't have the same thing our kids have at home. You know, they don't have a stable parent. They don't have a good home. They don't have certain things that our kids have. So if we can provide that for them, it's you know, a lot of emotional support sometimes, but I'm all for it. I love it because I want kids to also look back and think like, Miss Cruz helped me. You know, Miss Cruz was there. And, you know, you have kids that always remember you after they graduate and they see you in the street and, hey, Miss Cruz, how are you? Like, hey, how are you? And it's always nice to hear their accomplishments too. You know, you
would have a lot to offer. You've been through a lot. You've seen a lot. You've done a lot. You've gotten past, you know, like 7-year-old goals at your age and doing it and keep going.
I always set my life as an example too. Like when I see girls going through breakups, I tell them like, girl, it's not the end of the world. It is not the last fish in the sea. Like you're young. You haven't even met the love of your life yet. You know, like, don't cry over a boy. Don't stress over a boy. Life goes on. If it's meant for you, let it be. If not, then move on. Find better. I was there. I was like, I got pregnant. I had kids. Like, trust me, always put yourself first. If I could go back and do things different, I'm not going to lie. Like, I would have my kids at a later age. I would, you know? But I don't regret my kids at all. Like, not one bit, and I'm very proud of them.
Like that's something Jennifer and I, my wife and I, have always told Emily, our goddaughter, like, man, you know, don't have a kid, or I mean, we weren't judging her parents because we love them, you know. But it's like, man, you know, be able to do what you know, get to be able to go to college or do something.
And the fact that they have you, or Emily has you for conversations like that, it's awesome, because once again, back to our culture with Mexican parents, like, they don't talk to you about stuff like that. I was never talked about using protection or being safe or blah blah blah, right? Like, it was never a conversation where we had at home. Even my mom, like, it was a topic that wasn't brought up. And me, even though I have boys, I tell them all the time, hey, get your beanie, bro. Put your beanie on. Like, be safe. Don't make me a grandma. I look way too good to be a grandma right now, you know? Like, but I'm also very proud that they are the age that they are, and I honestly don't worry about that right now. Like, I know I'm good.
Yeah, and like I said, we don't judge that. It's just like your life would just be more.
It's
you
hard.
You can do what you want. Yeah, you don't
it's
have to
hard.
be a kid. Quit being a kid when you're 16.
I tell them all the time, like, if I could go back and do things differently, oh man, I would love to just get up and go and do whatever I want. It's like the nicest thing, but when you have kids, you have responsibilities. You don't just get up and go do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have to prioritize your responsibilities, and guess what? Your number one responsibility is kids, if you have them, especially as a single parent. That's your job.
Yeah, man, I was so aware of that this weekend because we were with my niece, my sister's daughter. They moved down to Dallas now, but she's like 35 with a 3-year-old and a 7-month-old. But and we're around them whenever we can be. But it's always like, wow, what a full-time job it is when you're
crazy.
Apparently, they're just constantly.
And it doesn't matter how old they get.
Yeah.
Like, they're your job forever. Even though your mom's 91, you're still her job.
My mom is tough too. You know, like you were. I mean, I tell this story, but I've never done it on the podcast here. But my mom goes to the dentist and gets a cavity done. She doesn't get a shot. She doesn't get what do you call it? Novocaine?
Yeah.
Yeah. She goes, oh, I don't want to get that numb and weird feeling or whatever. I just let them drill my tooth, and I'm like, man, I'd be crying like a little bitch. No, like me, yeah, like I wouldn't do that.
She's
like,
tough.
I'm not that. My mom's a lot tougher. I remember once when I was younger, and I must have been complaining about some job I had or something. I don't know if I did that too much, but she goes, you got to make hay while the sun shines, you know, like she was from a farm in Ohio. And yeah, she's just kind of tough, kind of a hard worker. Always in the background, like I said, never trying to get the limelight or anything, you know.
And that's why she's still kicking.
Yeah.
You got to be tough.
Yeah, and her great-grandma, my great-grandma lived to be like 98, and her mom lived to be 94. And she's 91, and she has had, like the last few years now, she's had up and down health things that have this and that have had to be operated on or done. But like right now, she's like in a really good place.
Wow,
she lives in a senior living place now, you know, but like if you met her though, you'd be like, wow, she's really sharp. And,
right.
I mean, physically, she can't run around and lift something heavy, you know, that stuff. But everything else.
I'd be real impressed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's cool. She's highly regarded by a lot of people. I always think of her as like, I know this sounds ridiculous in a way, but I think she's like a Mother Teresa or something, you know, kind of a saint or whatever to me. Yeah. Obviously, I'm biased, but I know a lot of people that have a high opinion of her, you know, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so I've heard you use that term breaking cycles, but like talk more about that. What would you do? What are you thinking?
Well,
like, how do we do that?
In my opinion, one cycle that I wanted to break with my kids was like obviously them not having kids at a young age, you know? Mm-hmm. On their dad's side, I would be like obviously not be involved in gangs, make better choices in life. And my boys have both, Andrew and Nathaniel have both visited their dad in prison their whole life. So Andrew and Lorena always take them to whatever prison they're at, and they see what the environment's like, you know? And I always tell them, like, that's not where you want to be. Like, this is how you end up in there if you do this or you do that. Or, you know, when they get older, they think things are easy in life. Like, you can just go do this or go do that. My oldest one obviously drives, so it could be anything. Drinking and driving, whatever, you know? But it's just like you have to make better choices in life to have a better life, you know?
So they go see their dad like a couple times a year, maybe?
Right now he's in Soledad, I believe.
In the Bay Area?
Yeah,
somewhere?
Bay Area.
Yeah, I
So
know that.
obviously when Andrew and Lorena get the chance to go visit, they go visit. But when he was in Corcoran, they were there like almost every weekend. You know, and there was times I would still take them, like, okay, Lorena and Andrew can't take them. I would go here and there, you know. But personally, me, like, I hated it. Like, I hated sitting there for like 5 hours,
Like-
not being able to do nothing. Like, we're just sitting like this, but you can't be like touching or, you know, anything. You have to be facing a certain way. And
So you
but-
guys were there for that long?
yeah, it was like,
Do you have to wait a while just to get in there and then you're
yeah,
there?
it's like
or-
a whole process. Like
Mhm.
7, 8 in the morning, you have to be there, check in. You have to be wearing the right kind of clothes. Even your kids have to be wearing the right kind of clothes. Like they literally have like a trailer where you can go and change.
Yeah, like no red or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
You know, or your pants are too tight, your shirt's too
Oh,
tight.
wow.
You know, it's crazy.
How often did you go visit?
Not very often. You know, obviously when me and him split up, like it was just, I didn't want it to be a part of my life anymore.
So you don't.
So
I
I-
mean, you get along maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do. I mean, we currently don't have like any communication, but I think that's totally fine because our boys are so grown that whatever communication he needs to have with them, then the other parent doesn't need to be involved, you know?
And what are your older sons that have seen him so much? Are they like fairly close to him or?
I think so. I think even though obviously he wasn't able to be there and be a father figure to them, like he was still in their lives. And I don't think I made a bad choice by letting them go and visit him because it's their dad. Like in this world, we get one mom, one dad. That's their dad, regardless of what situation he was in and him being in prison. Like that's their dad.
You're
Like,
gonna love him anyway.
yeah, it's your parent. So, I mean, now if they get to an age where they're adults and they don't want to go anymore, like that's on them, right? Like that's on your kids and what relationship you have with them. But I just think like I never made the wrong choice by letting them go and visit him because that's my boy's parents, you know? And I would always tell them like, oh, how was your visit? Like blah, blah, blah. And, you know, good. You know, what did you guys talk about? There was visits where they didn't really talk at all. Like they would just play like board games or whatever. And they were fine with it. So I was fine with it.
Did their dad, Andrew, show an interest, like if they're playing baseball or something? Was he kind of interested in what they had going on?
Yeah.
That's
he's
cool.
he's always like, oh, that's cool. Or, you know, I'm glad you're doing this. Or, you know, for Andrew's graduation, you know, we had him on FaceTime and,
Oh,
you know,
cool.
his sister, Rochelle. So it was cool. I mean, like it is what it is at the end of the day. So personally, me, like it would be awesome if one day he was able to get out and see his kids get married and
Wow.
have grandkids, but we'll
I
see.
guess he doesn't really have a timeline that he knows when he's going to get out.
Yeah,
huh?
no.
I mean,
he
you
doesn't.
can't say like 8 years or 12
Yeah,
years or
mm-mm.
anything. Yeah.
So, and my boys understand that, you know, like they know now, like why he's in there and what he got in trouble for. So,
I know. I'm glad personally that you let him go do it that way. I mean, I know him since he was in high
Yeah.
school, and his dad's a very good friend of mine, and Lorena. So I think that's cool that you did that. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, in high school, Andrew was always like, he was a good
Yeah.
person. He had a lot of friends and
Yeah.
was an amazing guitar player.
Yes, I remember.
So-
yeah, I always liked him.
It was,
I still
it's-
do, but I haven't seen him. Obviously.
you know, so that's another thing too. Like you tell your kids, you might not think who you hang out with matters, but it does. Like you could be hanging around with the wrong crowd, and that's all it takes sometimes, you know. And whatever choices you want to make at that point, that's on you. But I tell my kids, like, that's not the life you want to live. Like, why would you want to be away from your family, from your loved ones, people that love you, you know?
Both of my last two podcast guests, Adrian Perez and Joe Soria, they both talked about those kind of things a little bit, how they had that phase in their life. you know, kind of hanging out with.
And it was really tough at the beginning for me, because I'm going to say for the first 5-6 years, I just kind of felt like, why am I going through this? Like, why do I deserve this? You know, like, I should have my partner here. Like, he should be with me, helping me raise my kids. And it was a really hard time for me.
With that. And you were young,
Yeah, I was young, and, you know, I guess maybe like my late 20s, I kind of snapped out of it, but I don't want to blame it on like him being in prison or anything, but I just started partying a lot and, you know, just doing my own thing. And I know a lot of people might say like, oh no, I don't regret this. I do. I regret a lot of my 20s and just, I guess, not focusing on the right things and doing things differently, but it's part of life and I've learned from it, you know?
Yeah, do you think there was I mean, I've seen this a lot in students of mine, say when they were in high school, where I call it a light switch just kind of flicked on. Like my goddaughter did it in 8th grade. She barely got out of Roosevelt during the COVID Zoom thing, you know, and then she kind of got it together right at the end of 8th grade. And all of a sudden, when she was in 9th, all of a sudden she was somebody different and did all her work all the time and got a great. But do you think in your life there was a time when all of a sudden you kind of...
Oh, yeah.
But do you remember like specific...
100%. I think I just got to the point where I would wake up from partying and I'd be like, I don't want to do this. Like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Like, what am I gaining out of this, you know? And in my 20s, like, my focus wasn't like, oh, I want to buy a house. Oh, I want to go to college. Oh, I want to be successful. Or, oh, no, like, I think I was more focused on like, oh, I want to be with my friends. I want to go hang out. I want to go do this, you know? And I took a lot of that from my kids too. Like, it was selfish of me. And now that, you know, I'm in my 30s, I'm just like, I want to buy a house. You know, Lionel posted about those homes they're building over there by the olive plant, and I'm super excited and hopeful that I get in, you know, but it's just like, I want to reside here and I want to stay here in my community. And
I love your goal of wanting to be a counselor, because I mean, and this isn't any comment on any counselors they have now or in the past, because they were probably all good, but I mean, you definitely have like something to offer.
Yeah.
Some people could just go to college and get a master's and just go to college for 6 years and then be a counselor.
And you know what? I think that's what helped me to decide what I want to major in, because I worked with special education for about 2-3 years, and then I got Miss Moore's job. And when I started building these relationships with kids that came from different backgrounds, and I would like kind of like mentor them and advocate for them, I was kind of like, I want to counsel. Like, I want to talk to kids and I want them to express how they feel and feel comfortable with me, build a rapport with them, and hopefully help them with any type of skills for them to be able to mature and like be able to use once they leave the high school, and be able to be successful with those life skills, or, you know, any kind of skill that they need, you know, like even like them being angry and how to calm down, like what do we do? How do we fix this, you know? But it's also about like kids trusting you too, because there's people that go to their job to do their job, and then there's people that go to their job to help you, you know? Like, honestly, like you can, like you said, you can go get a degree in something and then you're like, I don't want to do this, but it's a job and they're getting paid. And then me, I love my job. I look forward to going to my job every day, you know?
That's great. And I like what you said about how you can always have goals. You're never too old. Like me, I'm 67, almost 8. And I always have stuff. I'm like, I mean, I've always played guitar, but never really that good. Like right now, I'm in the middle of like trying to play every day. And like, you know what, dude, you got to pick it up. You're not coaching basketball anymore. You don't have any excuse. What? You can't at least get the thing out for 20, 30 minutes a day or something, you know? Like, I'm not that bad of a player, but I've never gone anywhere with it. Like, you know, there's a lot you could learn. So whatever, but that's a good thing though. Like,
100%.
Yeah, as soon as you get too old to care or do anything, man, you'll kind of, at least I know, because I am that old, like you just sort of waste away, you know?
Right.
Like I go to my gym 3 times a week. As soon as if you stop moving, I have friends that are my age with really bad knees or whatever their issues are, and they're not doing a thing, they're just kind of hanging out now, having a couple cocktails and watching TV, or I'm like, I don't want to do that, I mean, that'll come up on me anyway soon enough, where you can't,
Yeah.
so.
You have to move.
Yeah. Well, that's cool that you have those goals too. I don't know, I just keep thinking about you talking about the cycles and the generations. And
we live in a way different generation, where I was actually telling my coworker, like, remember us in high school? Like, we didn't have cell phones. We were writing letters and then passing them to each other during passing time. Now these kids walk like this, like everywhere you go, like they're just stuck.
I just came out of Taco Bell and now I'm going to Rite Aid, like, oh, okay.
Oh, let me Snapchat it.
Yeah, where's the mystery?
Don't end the streak.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it is so different. I mean, I would say the single biggest change or thing that's changed in my whole 67 years, that's the most influential, is the cell phone. Because, I mean, now you're taking pictures all over the place with this thing, you used to have a camera around your neck on a cord. I mean, I did my papers on
at Rite Aid, buying your cameras and then developing the film.
I mean, I remember doing these papers on a typewriter, and then you had to roll the thing out and erase the little mistake you made and try to get it back lined up. Like if you had to do an 8-page paper, you'd be doing it all weekend.
Yeah.
And now you can knock it out in a couple hours.
Now you just ask Chat GPT, can you write me a 5,000 word essay on this?
Oh, and you know how we were saying, okay, but like your 4-year-old, what's going to be like when he's 10? Well, all this AI stuff.
I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, all this AI stuff is going to be like way different.
He's going to be like, Siri, do my homework.
Yeah,
Done.
Like, I ain't going to do nothing. Oh, no.
And if I had phones back when I was in high school, I would have graduated with honors.
Right.
It would all been on the T app.
For sure.
Yeah.
Not the T app.
You know what, though? The only real, I mean, to me, the only sure thing, I mean, well, of course, this is negative and a sad thing in a way, but the only sure thing is you're going to die eventually. But the other sure thing is there's going to be change.
No, you know what's crazy
there's
to
going
me?
to be change.
You know what's crazy to me nowadays? How people pull out phones at funerals. I'm like, it's crazy to me. Like, why are you on live right now and why are you posting this? Like, this should be a quiet time, paying respect to the person that just passed away, and everybody's like...
Okay, my best friend is like my age, and another one of my best friends, he was sitting right by him at my dad's service like 10 and a half years ago. And my buddy Mike goes, yeah, Kelly was on there playing like word search or, one of those whatever on your phone. He's like doing that at my dad's service. I was sitting in the pew like playing a game on his phone or whatever. And I'm like, thanks a lot.
Candy Crush, buying more levels. I think that's one of the hardest things now. And you know what? Some parents are so against you taking their phone away at school. What? Yeah. And you're like, but they're not here to be on their phone.
There's got to be a huge range of how parents
they're here
feel.
to learn, you know?
Yeah.
But you're always going to have your parents that are supportive, and then you're going to have those parents that are like, no.
What if I got to get a hold of her, him, oh, then I won't be able to. And of course, that's your biggest job almost nowadays, is like trying to get kids to somehow believe that their phone and their social media stuff isn't as important as they think it is.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to make people believe that, though, when they're 15 or 18 or whatever they are. Yeah, crazy.
It is crazy. Ban phones for life.
Well, I remember, like,
Ban
I would
TikTok.
say the mystery of it is gone. Like, when I was young, I'd maybe, like, be driving around Colorado somewhere. I go, I'll call my parents up on a payphone, call them up, collect every 2 weeks, I mean, now.
When's the last time you seen a payphone?
Yeah, like, they don't even. Yeah, I mean, you could put a dime in there. Oh, yeah, I mean, they're kind of gone. I think maybe here and there at a bus station or something, they might have one for some guy to use, but basically, no.
And it's like, what are these kids going to do if they ever, like, lose their phone and they need to call someone and it's an emergency?
Yeah, or they don't know how to add 12 plus 17 without a calculator or something. No. Gosh. Well, you're up against it. Hey, you're doing a good job.
Times have changed. Thank you.
Lindsay High is lucky to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for coming.
Of course.
And I'll see you again soon.
Sounds good.
Hey, and everybody, keep watching our episodes, and we always ask people to subscribe to us on Dark Alley Network too. That'd be cool. We feel like we're kind of growing our amount of content. You know, there's a lot of cool stuff. I was just showing one of my buddies today. I go, yeah, have you seen the one with Lionel interviewing Lionel Salinas? And you know, because this is the guy that knows Lionel Salinas. He's like, oh no. And I go, yeah, go on Dark Alley Network, check it. I mean, you have to take a little time out to watch it, but I mean, there's a bunch of stuff on there. The mayor's on there, and you know, different stuff that's cool. So,
and if they want to comment what cycles they've broken as parents, and let us know and share, that'd be awesome too. Because you know, as parents, we always want to learn as well.
yeah, and I said at the end of the last one, you know, like one of my goals is probably mostly I'd want to talk to people that know me because they used to be students or whatever. You know, like there's a bunch of people that can hit me up and go, yeah, man, I want to talk about this or do that. So feel free, contact us. Yeah, stop by Dark Alley Movement and check it out. It's a cool
Get some
store.
merch.
It's a
We'll
cool
go get one
place.
right now.
Yeah. All right, Daisy, thanks. Appreciate it.
We'll
yeah.
see ya.
All right. What?
Woo!
Got a cockroach on him? Oh, dude.
Not the wire bag.